Hey people, it's me again. Anyways, the other day I was emailing one of my old friends from North Lake to kind of like set the record straight about why I left. I think what has happened there was I think they were under the impression that I left because of what's his face breaking up with what's his face. But that wasn't really the case there. I mean, I really just grew tired of waiting for him, and I was already wanting to go back home and move on from him. But it didn't have anything to do with that. And then the other thing was simply that I just didn't like the way they treated me more like an acquaintance than a friend, as far as that goes. But then again, I kind of expect that sort of thing to happen with them. So, anyways, I was like, kind of contemplating about whether or not that I should really try to get back in touch with any of them as far as that goes. At least just maybe like more of a one I mean, what do they call it? It's not a individual basis as far as with each friend, instead of trying to get back in touch with all of them, but because I don't know if anybody ever really wanted to hear from me as far as that goes, but then, there was this one friend, back then, I think his name was Sly, but he was kind of like very political, about a lot of things, and he was kind of like more of a socialist, but at that time I was kind of considered myself to be more of a libertarian, somewhat libertarian, I guess. So, anyways, he was the one who kind of talked about a lot of stuff that was going on around the 2004 election, about all these little things that were going on, and then the same little thing that he had that afterwards. But I don't know if he ever really wanted to hear from me, but I probably, if he did, I could probably talk to him about like Prop 8 and all that other stuff, and probably tell him about that. It's not really like anybody's like fault there, except for the whole No One Aid campaign was being kind of a wimpy campaign, instead of just running around. I mean, instead of just attack like yes on a campaign like rabid Doberman, like they should just go out for blood. But as far as that goes, I mean, I think as far as with like me, on that sort of issue with question one, I hope it'd be like the same with like no on one. They also be dirty and nice at the same time. Be also kind of nice enough on some ads, but also whenever like the yes on one ads would be like the same as yes on A, they just go around and tear them tear them limb from limb, and like say something like as far as like this ad saying like, oh, so and so who promoted this promoted head manager of the Yes on 8 on the Yes on 1 campaign advocates for traditional marriage, but yet he is divorced. How can you trust someone who's not like this, and then or whatever little things necessary? I mean, honestly, and the whole thing with fall question one is really just repeal the whole gay marriage law, but it's not necessarily to ban gay marriage as far as that goes. And I don't think they would ever really have any kind of law to ban that in that state, as far as that goes. Unless they manage to get enough signatures or anything like that sort to do that. But then, if that's also the case, there could also be like a people's veto of a people's veto, or such little things that cause whatchamacallit. I mean, as far as like their state Supreme Court to kind of overturn such sort of constitutional ban on gay marriage there, or a lot of other things that could possibly happen. Or the same thing that will most likely will happen with Prop 8 is being repealed by another proposition. Or as far as later on this month, if the federal judge says that, like, oh, Prop 8 is unconstitutional, then if he says that, then this could be pretty much be the end of the whole anti-gay marriage movement as far as that goes. I mean, if that basically happens before people vote on question 1 main, then it would just show that basically people who are bringing up question 1 that they're wasting their time. That even in California, when they voted yes on Prop 8 and then it got overturned by a federal court, then what they're going to do? That's just one of the things. I hope at some point or another that people that are like that they see and that they have this need to have everybody else that's not white or Christian or straight to be underneath them, to realize that that's never going to happen, and that the world doesn't revolve around their little selfish little opinions or beliefs and whatnot, because nor will ever really be that. I mean, that's just simply what is going on with all of these yes on 1 or amendment 2 and proposal 2 and all these other little things that banned gay marriage in recent years, was simply because these people just can't accept the fact that the world doesn't revolve around them, nor shouldn't revolve around them, because that's just basically life. End of story. Because there are some people that are not Christian, and there are some people that just don't believe that way, and that no matter how much they'll try to scare them or any other means necessary just to get them to conform to their wholesale beliefs is just ludicrous, futile at best. You know, and that's just what's going to happen. And then hopefully these people will understand that at some point in the near future, that try to make everybody Christian when people are just happy being atheists, agnostics, or being another type of Christians that don't really necessarily believe that being gay is wrong, or anything of that sort, or whatever. That they have a right to choose their own beliefs as much as they have a right to choose their beliefs, and that's just basically it.